Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna make it very quick. I just want to go ahead and make a quick little announcement. So you guys have been with me since before I even knew what college I was going to. I've been vlogging since my senior year of high school, the end of it of course, but you know, I've made vlogs throughout that. Got into Spelman, went to Spelman, have vlogged all of that, and as of recently you have seen my graduation vlog, and so I'm officially a graduate and a Spelman alumna. Where's it at? Spelman alumna. Yeah, I'm a graduate of Spelman College. So now everybody's asking me what's next, what's next, what's next, and luckily I have something or somewhere to go, or else this would be a very one awkward time in my life and two a very awkward video to make. But I mean, when I tell you guys that I am so blessed, I have had God's hands wrapped around me throughout this entire experience. And so before I announce what school I'm going to, I just want to give you guys a little bit of backstory, a little background, that way everything will make sense. So as you guys know, I aspire to be an OBGYN or an obstetrician / gynecologist. I'm all about women's health, and that is what I'm interested in doing and being. So I originally chose to be a biology major. I majored in biology on the pre-medicine track, and I did that because, I don't know, in high school I just thought that's what you need to do in order to go to med school. It's not the case. You can major in different things, but that's what I chose, that's what I liked, and that's what I want to stick to. My experience undergrad at Spelman was definitely very unique. Well, maybe not, I don't know, it was different. I struggled a lot academically. I didn't really ever talk about it on my channel or on social media just because I felt like it was very personal for me. It was a really hard transition from high school to college, not in the first couple of years, but I think that I just didn't do as well in college as I did in high school. I got into all the schools that I applied to when I was transferring from where I was matriculating from high school to college. It really wasn't a matter of like, could I get into a school, but rather like which school I wanted to choose. And that was an amazing blessing, a great experience to have. But by the time I got into my sophomore year, I wasn't doing so well in my classes, and I was trying really hard. So I would switch, like, I switched everything. I switched my friend groups, I switched my teachers, I switched my advisors, I switched the way that I was studying, I switched the way I was sleeping, I switched everything, and I didn't really do much better. And I think I really can't even say what exactly it was, because I do think that at a point I got a little bit distracted on just more social stuff and less like school stuff. But as soon as I got my GPA one semester and it had dropped significantly from my freshman year, I went back and I was like, okay, no, I gotta focus back on school. And so basically my sophomore year I didn't do well, and going into my junior year I was like, okay, I have to really do well, because I have to, you know, improve my GPA so that way I can apply to medical school and become a doctor and live my dreams. And my junior year I did better, but at the end of the day I started to feel like statistics wise I wasn't a strong candidate because my sophomore year was so low. My GPA was so low. And I mean, it's not, I didn't fail any classes, it was just like Spelman does have a plus and minus system, and I feel like that made a big impact on my GPA as well. So I would do okay, but I would get like a B minus, and I mean, if you get so many B minuses, that's not a good GPA. So yeah, basically long story short, my junior year spring semester I took an MCAT prep class, and it was for Princeton. I have to look at, my books are right here. Yes, I took the Princeton MCAT prep class, and it was kind of like sponsored by my school, so it was at a cheaper rate, but it was at like my actual school, but it wasn't a teacher who was teaching it. It was like an actual Princeton person would come in, and it was still very expensive. I took the class, I was very dedicated to it, and then at the end I started to get really tired, just drawn out, and I just felt like it was just intense. Like I was going so hard my junior year, like I was just like, I am beauty and brains. I can do this. I am smart. I'm not going to take no for an answer. No more C's. And I was just like, I was just studying all the time. That's when you guys really saw me get really close with Jasmine. And we lived at the library. I would literally be at the library from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Or if I had my MCAT prep classes, I would be there from 9 p.m. to 12. And then sometimes I would still go home and study afterwards. Like, I just did not take no for an answer. And it showed great improvement after that, but I was so drained. I was just so tired. By the end of the semester, I was like, I can't do this for 5 more years. You know, my senior year and medical school right afterwards. Like, I need a break. I don't know if I could do it. And I just felt overwhelmed. And so I said, listen, medical school is the goal. I came here to go to medical school afterwards, but for me, that was kind of like it was just a dream. And once it became into reality, I felt like, I've done a lot of things, but maybe I haven't done everything that I need to do to necessarily get into medical school. And at the end of the day, I didn't feel like a good candidate. And I felt like I didn't have a lot of help. And everybody who I tried to receive help from was kind of like, they didn't think that I necessarily was a great candidate. And I just heard a whole bunch of, maybe you should wait, maybe you should try something else. Are you sure it's what you wouldn't do? Maybe you should do that, this and that. And you guys know, beauty and brains is all about like not letting other people tell you what to do. However, going into the medical field, or even just, I'll just say this, I'll generalize, in education, period, you need help. You can't get anywhere by yourself. And for me, I'm a first generation college student, but I'm the youngest of 3 children. So both my sister and my brother went to college before me. So going from high school to college, I was like, oh, I know I'm going to go to college. So I just, you know, did well in high school, chose my colleges, matriculated, and fine. Nobody in my family has gotten higher than a bachelor's degree. And so I had no one to turn to ask questions about how to go to medical school, of all things. And so it started to be like, maybe I need more help, maybe I need more time, maybe it's just not in my plan to go right away. But I said I was gonna let my scores be the deciding factor. So I took my MCAT in between my junior and my senior year over the summertime, and my scores came back. And let me just preface it by saying I'm not a good test taker. I told you guys back in my like how to get into Spelman college video that I didn't even do well on my SATs, but everything else was always so strong that it kind of overlooked that. So when it came to taking my MCAT, I studied really hard for it and I tried not to overthink it, and I did okay, but in combination with my GPA, it wouldn't have made a strong application for medical school. So I decided, looks like we got to go to plan B. And that was to do a post-bac program or get my master's in something, so that way I could improve my application. I could improve my GPA or whatever it would take in order for me to apply to medical school at the end of the program, possibly get another degree in the meantime, and then go to medical school. So I told you guys this probably in around December, even though I knew that this was the option probably around June. So yeah, I didn't apply to any medical schools this cycle at all. The way the medical schools work is that there's a whole like portal for it, and your application, I honestly can't even remember. I believe that you can start doing your application like June 1st, or you could officially turn it in June 1st, so you can start working on it before then. But like, I didn't even like start my application. I was like, I'm not going to go to medical school directly after college because I don't feel like I'm mentally ready, and I don't feel like I'll have a good chance of getting in, to be honest. So I was just being realistic with myself. And so then that led me to, okay, what do I want to do? And I was, you know, tossed up, or kind of just like choosing between just different master's programs, master's in physiology, master's in biomedical science, master's in medical science, and also post-bac programs, which are post-baccalaureate, which means basically you're not getting a degree. A lot of them are certificate programs. So you're in school and you're taking classes similar to the ones that are specific to the major that you are, you know, in. So if it's a certificate for biomedical science, you'll still be taking like physics classes, chemistry classes, biology classes, but it'll be going towards your undergraduate degree, even though you already had an undergraduate degree. And that's just, again, to improve your application for applying to medical school. And these programs are usually for 1 year, some are for 2, and they usually have like combination for MCAT prep classes and advisors and personal statement lookovers and all that good stuff. That wasn't a word, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, this video is getting way too long. The point is that I ended up applying to both master's programs and certificate programs, and I got into a few schools, but I just feel like my application was just so weak that I was even nervous, y'all, that I was even going to get into a master's program. I'm just being honest with y'all. And it's not like, I think I'm just super hard on myself because I've conducted a lot of research. I've studied abroad. I've done publications. I've presented my research. I've done a lot of different things in the medical field that would be like check marks or pluses for applications. So I was definitely really hard on myself, but yeah, I won't say that like, oh, I just applied to Harvard and da-da-da-da and this is the school that I chose. It's like, I was very nervous that I wasn't going to get into anywhere, and so I casted my net far and wide, and I did receive a few no's, but by the grace of God, I also received a few yeses. And this school just, I don't know, it just spoke to me. When it's actually kind of crazy that this is a school that I ended up choosing, because I wanted to be in 2 locations, and this isn't one of those locations, but it's still kind of okay. I think that it's all in God's plan, because when I first was looking for schools, I wanted to either be in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, or I wanted to be in Atlanta. And then when everybody else started to figure out where they were getting their jobs at and their professional schools or whatever, I was like, everybody's leaving, so why am I so pressed to stay here in Atlanta? Like, I'll always have home there, I'll always have connections there, but I can come back anytime. I don't have to go to school here. So long story short, this is actually my sister's alma mater. This is where my sister graduated from, so the name was always familiar to me. And I actually made connections with the school when it was like for a college fair. And I just, you know, came one day in business attire. I met the man there. He ended up giving me a fee waiver for my application, so I applied. And the program is really good because it is specifically for, it is a master's program, and it's a program specifically to help you get into medical school or a post-professional school, so dentistry, veterinarian, whatever. And I've talked to the director before several times, and he assured me that I would be able to get to the next level by going through this program. This school is very, very different from my current or my previous institution. It's very different. It's very different. And I'm excited, but I'm scared in my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm so scared, and I cannot wait to take you guys along with me. I know you guys ask me all the time. Of course I'm gonna continue vlogging. There will be grad school vlogs, and you guys are gonna wanna see this because you're gonna see how I'm going to adjust, and I hope that I can stay consistent and stuff, but I just have to be super, super focused when I go to grad school, because this period of my life is very important. I have to do well, that way I can apply to medical school in 2 cycles. So that is the goal. You know, hold me to it, make sure that it happens. But without further ado, I will go ahead and announce where I will be for the next 2 years. Receiving my master's in physiology, I will be attending North Carolina State University. Yay! And I know some people are kind of like, what the heck? I know it's probably not what you expected, but yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going to be going to NC State University, y'all. Yeah, I'll be getting my master's in physiology, and like I said, I'm really, really scared because it is a huge PWI. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I just don't even know what to say. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to feel. But I don't want to make this video too long. It's already like 20 minutes long already because I decided to give you guys my whole background story. But I just want to let you guys know that like God has had his hands on me, because this is an amazing school. This is a really, really good school. And I don't feel worthy to even go to this school, to be honest with you. And I know that if you guys probably see my stuff on Instagram or whatever, you may think that I just have it all together and that of course blah, blah, blah. And I just, no, like, I received a lot of no's, and a lot of places that I really, really wanted to go I didn't get into. But I think that God has a good way of saying, no, 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 baby, this way, this way. So I don't know why he's leaning me towards NC State, but I think that it is a great opportunity. I'm so grateful for it. The reason why I chose this school is because One, it's the best opportunity that I've gotten. It has everything basically that I need. It's in a good state that's not too far from home. It's 4 hours away from Maryland, and it's about 5-6 hours away from Atlanta, so it won't be too hard to travel back and forth to all the different locations. It's not in the middle of nowhere. Some of my other choices, I was like, I just cannot see myself living there. Like, if I had to, you know, if I made connections there and I ended up going to UNC Med, I wouldn't be mad at that. But some other places I was like, I just can't see me living here. So yes, and again, and the program is specifically what I need as far as getting to the next step. It's the highest recommended by my advisors and my professors, and of course my sister highly recommended it to me. So it's so ironic that I'm going to her alma mater. I wouldn't have expected that from me, or just, you know, for my future, but it is, that's what I'm doing. So yes, now you guys know, you can stop asking me on social media. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy to even be able to like sit down here and make this announcement, because there was a point where I was like, I'm gonna have to tell my subscribers that like I'm working at home, or I'm just not gonna be, I'm not gonna tell my subscribers anything. I'm just gonna randomly, you know, go home, and I'm just gonna start vlogging just random stuff, and they'll ask me questions that I won't answer. Like, these are things that are going on through my mind, because I was just like, I don't see me making it. And it's not that I didn't know that I had it in me, but I just, you know, it was very different. I will say this, it was harder and it was different applying to master's programs than it was applying to college. And there's a lot of different things that are encompassed in this experience. There's a lot of things I have to do on my own now. I'm like an actual adult, so it's gonna be a lot. After this, you guys are gonna be seeing kind of like my summer vlogs, and then soon you're gonna be seeing me go to my campus for the first time, pick out my apartment, first day of classes. Hopefully I get to go to, you know, NC State game, and I'll get to like live a PWI life, but not too much, because again, I'm focused on my study. So that's gonna bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're excited and you're happy for me, please give me a thumbs up. If you're interested to continue on with me on this new journey that I'm gonna be on, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you have on the bell notification, that way you don't miss a video from me. And I will see you guys in my next and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for joining me, for coming along with me in this experience and in this journey. And yes, thank you guys so much. I hope I'm making you proud. I hope you are excited as I am. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.